some of the comfort supports, I guess. Trying to think what the other ones might be, but yeah, maybe you consider like a CM ban as wild as that seems. But given that last time Gladiators played the Primal Beast mid, I think they could also target some of those offlaners as well.
It's like, is Undying worthy of a ban here? Because he's like a first phase ban hero, but I feel like we don't see him in the second phase that often.
Yeah, I think, yeah, some of the maybe the Morphling partners, which definitely could be Undying. I don't know if Razor's necessarily afraid of him. Chen, yeah. Well, happy with the Chen ban, but I think OG, we'll see what they kind of value and what they feel like they're most afraid of. It may also come down to what they're planning on picking for BZM as well as Yuragi. You know, they've got the MR Razor, and they can pick a bit more selflessly for the mid lane and pick some things that, you know, are going to just help the team out and really enable both Razor as well as whatever they play for the carry to kind of, you know, carry the game more. Usually BZM's playing a bit more of these kind of active space creators when they pick these greedier offlaners.
I'm actually thinking about it a bit more. I'd like a DP ban from OG. I think we've seen a lot of success from this Morphling when there's a hero out there creating space, right? Actually destroying towers, making these pockets of farm that are a little bit safer for you. They opt for the clockwork though, so another solid support removed out.
And then pick Snapfire. Snap ET, I just think that solid support duo. Like, you know, 4/5s where you've got one melee, one range, a lot of magic damage, a lot of control. I just feel like you've covered all your bases with an ET Snapfire duo. You've deterred some, you know, picks like Undying suddenly looks a whole lot worse when there's a Snapfire picked up. You know, generally you're going to try and find some of those melee supports. Instead, they go for the Disruptor. Disruptor this game doesn't necessarily counter anything. I think Disruptor as a support has just looked pretty solid, but I don't look at this and think, oh yeah, amazing Disruptor game.
Yeah, nothing too spectacular. I guess in laning stage, once you get a couple of levels, you've got Adaptive Strike and Thunder Strike to do a lot of damage into the Razor and the ET. So you're able to fight back somewhat as two ranged heroes pretty decently. And then any hero that allows your Morphling to hit more, always handy to have. So having Glimpse and a bit of AoE teamfight to pair with your Primal Beast feels really nice there to enable Morph to get that damage output going.
Feels like they're trying to put together a pretty active, aggressive draft with a solid teamfight foundation. The Glimpse also gives you a way, I guess, to cancel the kisses from pretty far away, which is maybe a consideration. But do need to, obviously find a way, get some vision of the Snapfire.
Yeah, cancel Stomp, cancel Kisses, a good point, yeah. But maybe just cancel some TPs home.
Yeah. So we'll see what Gladiators pair with this. This is where they, I guess, maybe just pick their other support, depending on what they want to do with the Primal Beast. I guess, they don't have the last pick of the draft, so be curious to see what they end up getting their hands on.
Yeah, plenty of time to go about it. And you already know pretty much it's a Morphling +1 in your safe lane. I guess we've seen a lot more. I was going to say Morphling Disruptor, but we've seen a lot more of this Disruptor playing in the offlane as a 4. I just worry if this Primal Beast is relegated to 5 or if they feel like he's going to have a bad time. We see that 5 Primal Beast, which really doesn't seem to have had much success recently.
Yeah, I'm not on board the Primal Beast support. And particularly this game, you're playing it a Razor, so I think it only looked okay-ish. The other game, I think it was Talon who played it, because they were up against a melee offlaner. I think you need to be... It was against like a Marcy and stuff too, so it was getting a lot of value out of the trample. Okay. So probably Primal Beast mid, and there's your offlaner in the Enigma. A very quick Naga pick, and Naga into Enigma, I think, is great for the Naga Siren. You just kind of ignore the Enigma for large portions of the game. If you're ever worried about the team fight, you can split push, you send your illusions out. You get vision. Against Enigma, you always want to be able to scout the Enigma, get vision so that you can jump the Enigma. And I think Naga pick here looks really, really freaking good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like having the reset against Black Hole, Static Storm, the ability to kind of cut waves and make space for yourself and just combo up with the rest of your team. You know, Song of the Siren here can set up for kisses, for that big old splitter from ET. Why not even need a Song, just have an ensnare to play around with even.
Yeah, and Gladiators are pretty committed with what their draft does here. I mean, I guess they could consider the Primal Beast support and then picking up some kind of mid laner that addresses the Naga. Like, maybe if that's what OG's scared of, then they can ban it out. Like the Ember type heroes that match up well against Naga. So we'll see where they go. I think I'd like to see them just pick up some more damage more than anything, but it's not exactly going to be easy for them. I guess we're looking at what Disruptor, Morphling, maybe Disruptor, Primal Beast, and then like a Morphling partner, some kind of melee support.
Yeah, Undying or something.
Yeah, the Undying into Snapfire is a little bit rough. Tusk,
just don't level Tombstone. Just max out Soul Rip. go all heals.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Pengo, I guess they're thinking Primal Beast support and then a Pengo core. I think that's the kind of hero they want, like somebody to go in, set stuff up, make plays, because Primal Beast is like this kind of unreliable initiator. Enigma needs to kind of follow up your other teammates, so I think if you're looking for supports, you're looking for like a Tusk type hero, Earthshaker maybe. If you're looking for a core, yeah, Pengo. I mean, they could go back for the Brewmaster, but I don't love it. But I don't know, Brewmaster could be a good tempo hero, like you really could put OG on the back foot, since they will take a while to come online with Naga Siren as well.
I mean, Nyx is still out there as well. Nyx, through last chance qualifier, was one of the big heroes, but I don't think we've seen him today.
Yeah, teams love Nyx's Aster there. Not sure where. I mean, Nyx, I guess, is considered not good by the teams here. They banned the Puck, expecting Primal Beast or Enigma, one of these two heroes, to be a support.
And Gaimin Gladiators got to pick blind into this. OG having that trump card. The last pick feels incredibly good for them.
Yeah, they don't have like the Black Hole Cancel, like the BKB piercing one, and it's pretty hard to find that out of your mid laner. There's pretty limited options for it, so it may just be something you have to play around. Picking Spirit or Elusive heroes is one good option.
Ooh.
Okay, isn't hero to deal with the Naga Siren. Looks like a core, so it will be Primal Beast support.
Yeah, it's unlikely the Enigma is going to be shifted to support, right? So Primal disrupt your duo there. OG with this last pick now. I mean, we're assuming Amar Razor and Yuragi Naga Siren, so we need that BZM hero for the mid lane. TA, Void Spirit, Invoker, all banned out.
I mean, you see Leshrac, you're thinking
you can't look at his hands on, say, an Ember Spirit or something along those lines.
Like single target AoE. Sorry.
Oh. Did we lose connection?
Oh, no, I'm here still.
We could.
Yeah, I could see like a Lina type hero being good. I'm trying to think what those like heavy burst mid laners are. Another Ember Spirit could make sense. Just something to kind of threaten to kill the Leshrac, ideally.
A Bat Rider.
That's got killed.
Okie dokie. That's some good tempo for them. That's going to allow them to play the map like really, really hardcore again, right? With Naga Siren split pushing, creating space. You've got Razor, Bat, who both can pair with either support to find kills. Like any pairing or any trio of this, outside of Naga Siren, they can blow people up.
Yeah. And it's a hero that really benefits from all the vision and pressure that Naga Siren will put on the map. Like, you push out all these lanes, you scatter with illusions, and then suddenly you've got a Bat Rider who can blink lasso in, you've got Kisses to follow up, Amar can run in with his BKB Razor. It just feels like, honestly, a perfect hero to round out their draft. Gives you a way to just jump this Enigma whenever you get vision of him, so I think great last pick. I think OG have another really solid draft, and we'll be looking to play it. Like, they've got 3 kind of scaling cores, maybe less so the Bat Rider, but they're going to be looking to play another fast game of Dota. Like Enigma, Morphling, you don't want to go deep into the late game against these heroes unless you've got like a big gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing. It feels like when OG played Bat, he is a scaling core, because BZM loves that Witchblade, the Shard build, after the bots and the BKB. Maybe this time around he switches things and, like you say, goes kind of Blink, Force Staff, some kind of way to reposition the Morphling, drag him away and isolate him from his team. We'll see how it goes here as game 2. We've had a fair amount of 1-1s so far in the group stage. Day 1, usually the story of things, but OG have looked incredibly strong. They've 2-0 their first series, and it's feeling like they're going to 2-0 this one. Do you think Gaimin Gladiators with this draft more of a fighting chance, don't they?
Yeah, it's it's on the greedier side, but that's okay. Like, I think often at TI you see teams kind of nervous and not willing to take chances. I say teams, I don't think OG falls into that category though. As we saw last game, they were kind of just playing and diving, like playing like it was like a pub game, just having some fun, diving fountain in multiple games. So, OG doesn't really fit the mold for that team, but they can make a draft like this work. Like they need to stall things out. They need to get to late game. I do worry it's a bit too much greed. Like when you have an Enigma off lane with a Morphling carry, picking a Leshrac to go with it, I think this is a hard game for Lesh. Like Lesh doesn't have good heroes to play around. Usually with a Leshrac mid, you want like your typical offlaners that create space, run in and go in first. That's going to be the Leshrac's job this game.
Yeah, and you add in a hero like Primal Beast, who we've seen kind of similar to Marcy's, he's been very greedy, going for this BKB, phase boots BKB from the support role. So he needs a bit of farm himself. We'll see how things pan out, though, as already OG sending some illusions out to try and scout what's going on. And GG still under the cover of smoke. Going to pop their heads out in that mid lane. And 2 early wards on their own side of the river, OG.
Yeah. Getting all the intel. Not getting much high ground vision around this mid lane. Enough that I think Batrider will be happy with it, but just trying to make sure they don't get dewarded since mid lane high ground wards are so common. And I believe they scouted out the dire ward. We'll see if they get that deward, but
30 seconds to battle.
I do like what we're seeing out of this OG side. Honestly, OG just every time they're playing, it just feels like they've got this very cohesive idea about how to play Dota. They're all on the same page with one another. You've got Tiger playing this very kind of sacrificial fort position, willing to throw away his life a lot of the time for the greater good. Misha playing these sit-back 5 positions, the ranged 5s that just dish out a lot of damage and stuns and whatnot with his spells.
Hey, skirmish, slay.
Yeah.
That's the OG way to play. Just keep on rhyming all day. As we do get ourselves a couple of bounty runes grabbed up. 3 for OG, in fact, going to be the trade out in the end. As GG get bullied away from the top one.
Morphling couldn't really hold his ground there. We got some good damage off. This is not going to be the easiest lane, I feel like, for Duraccio. We'll have Celery's Disruptor, so they're going double ranged up here just to try and secure Morphling's lane as best as possible.
Misha gonna have to TP back. He sees the Primal Beast lurking there and doesn't want to get trampled down on his way back to lane. Even gonna get a little sentry out there to try and block up the large camp as well, but does lose out his small one to the block out of the Primal Beast of Tofu.
Yeah, he's got a... I don't know if he knows this is blocked. It seems like he does. Yeah, he's coming over, so he's going to get the D-ward off. Tofu's on the wrong side of the trees. Smart of Misha to center on the left so that Tofu can't D-ward him first, and now he's going to force Tofu to have to play body block Dota.
Yeah, it's not fun. Sit in a camp and wait for 5 seconds. Yeah, what a way to spend my time. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And they're going to have to try and get these pulls back because Naga Siren naturally pushing the wave out, especially once she gets levels up in that Riptide. And Enigma dragging it back with the demonic conversion back under his tier 1 tower.
We'll see how Ace plays this game. Obviously, usually it's going to be the Wraith Pact, and then you start thinking about your, your greedy items, your BKB, your Blink Daggers, but a game where, yeah, this early Wraith Pack could give them a pretty strong kind of group up and fight.
Oh, a nice Maleficent to trample. Takes about half the health off of Uragi already. That's a dangerous sign there. Misha now up to level 2 though, so they can start combating that with a bit of nuke damage of their own. Even a cookie to get a bit of distance for Uragi. That's the way out of the trample, but Tofu just keep charging forward. Cookie there to try and deal with Eidolons, counter blast, and that's a pretty big deal if they get another one here, especially.
They're killing some illusions, but those are only 4 gold a pop, so not really doing a whole lot. But I do feel like Primal Beast is one of these heroes, like good in the lane, but as a support, but kind of falls off a bit as a support later on. It kind of reminds me a bit of what Dawnbreaker became a bit after some nerfs, where it was like, okay, teams kept picking her and playing Dawnbreaker support, doing well in lane, but then mid-game, you didn't really feel a whole lot of impact out of the hero.
Yeah, then even as a core, it feels like he's got that effect where he is the one that dives in deep, kind of sacrifices his life. So playing him from the mid lane often feels a little awkward. Still trying to find his spot, though, as a hero in the meta right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. He's definitely in the meta, as we're going to keep seeing, I think, quite a lot of Primal Beast throughout this TI. So something that's going to feature pretty heavily.
Oh, and some of these other lanes, Leshrac starting to pull out ahead a little bit of the Batrider. BZM 13-4. Has it level 4, but Lash isn't really a hero that's easy to dive and kill, right? With Lightning Storm, Split Earth, you've got ways to combat the Bat's aggressive nature.
Yeah, definitely possible. He's holding onto a skill point. If a maybe Flame Break opportunity shows up, he could go for that pushback, but you don't really want to be diving this tower against a Leshrac right now. Maybe if he gets a lot of those napalm stacks up, but that's something, you know. Every mid laner has played so many games against Batrider. All these dirty pub players with their 10th pick bats.
Yeah. And it's pretty funny down bottom. There's a cookie onto a Narget Illusion, and Onslaught away. There's people skipping across, you know, multiple monitors of distance away from danger. And a Narget Illusion, a Narget Courier, sorry, nearly dead to the Primal Beast, but it looks like it should deliver the item before falling to Tofu.
Could micro it to safety. Tofu, he wants it. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. No.
And then Boom going to gather up a Water Rune and a Bounty Rune, wandering back and dragging a wave with him. And that third lane, we've not really seen too much from. It's been very quiet across the board here from both teams. Morphling with a Disruptor up against this ET Razor, where it looks like Amar at 24 and 5, he's starting to crush it.
Yeah, every time I've looked up, it feels like he's putting pressure on, getting good static links off on the Morphling. And it's got his raindrop out, so he can play pretty damn aggressive here. Duracho can farm and even on low health, but it just feels like constant harass coming his way. And Tiger's pulling Celery.
It's a level 2 plasma field, so you gotta be careful there. And yeah, Celery forced back and needed to defensively glimpse. I'm just watching this Morphling's HP though. I keep looking up the top bar. It's like shifting down, shifting up. 300 health, it seems like, is where he wants to be sitting here against the plasma field. And he's gonna get linked up though now. Waveform is ready for Duracho to slide off into the distance. And he needed to do so because the stomp from Tiger, it was coming.
Yeah, Tiger thought about chasing it down. He knows he's gone full strength, so he's only seeing on 2 armor, but can't quite get the kill. And big creep wave to be 5. So Mar doing well in his lane, winning his lane. At the same time, Morphling getting enough.
Well, rotation into mid from Celery now. There's no bottle on Alesh. He went for Boots Wand against the Batrider.
Not really a kill opportunity. I guess it's just a TP in to get some of these wards down. Checks for an Observer one on the high ground, but AZM is not playing. Well, he's going to put the ward on the bottom side, it looks like.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, still holding on to it. Scouting up high ground to see what's there. And the rune, an arcane Tiger snipes it under the nose of Celery, but glimpses back into Boom's Lesh. That should be the end of the ET, and first blood actually 6 minutes in goes the way of Boom.
Yeah, I mean, usually these like plays to deny runes from mid laners always feel good even if you die, but when it's the first blood, it just suddenly, it doesn't feel quite as good. You're like, oh man, yeah, that's a lot of gold going the way of Leshrac here early on. Puts him on top of the net worth charts, and you know, not the end of the world, but does feel a little bit bad, but he knows he's done his job securing the top lane for Razor.
Uragi getting trampled again. Malefice plus this onslaught move in from Tofu, knowing that Misha had left the lane for a little bit. Definitely harasses Uragi, but doesn't shove him out of the lane. And up at top, Duracho getting a couple of punches back into Amar, but it just seems like this 11 wand plus raindrops Razor is 1v2ing this lane, and coming out on top is winning.
Yeah, Tiger's just like been off doing some stacks, helping out the mid lane, fighting over runes, and Amar is just doing just fine by himself, getting denies, contesting all these last hits, 39 and 10, having a field day up here.
And down at bottom, Cookie over towards this Primal Beast. BZM is here with a lasso onto the Enigma, a huge kill. And he's only level 5 on Ace. Lasso doesn't last long, as Misha does die in the end to the Eidolons coming in from the backside.
He actually got the kill before he died, so some good Eidolon micro there, and unfortunate for OG to give up that kill. Something that probably shouldn't have happened, but it's just a support nonetheless.
Yeah, pushes BZM a little bit closer to his boots of travel, and looks like a bottle refill from Misha, yeah, in that mid lane. Keep BZM in fighting shape. especially around this 8-minute rune spawn. All right, it looks like ET trying to guard up top with the Batrider himself, but Boom, he's going to look to play aggressively here. The Cookie, though, and a weird little pushback there, but still the death of Misha as he bodyguards his bat. Glimpse there, the vision onto BZM. They do see him and drag him back, but they don't have enough damage follow through to kill him off. And Tofu getting chased. BZM, he's towing the line between genius and madness right now, it feels like. Step too far forward and you could die yourself.
And the rune's still chilling down bottom. Everyone was just like too busy fighting over what could have been a potential rune up top. That nothing really came of it in the end. Just the support kill onto them once again, onto Misha.
And Tofu going to onslaught back to base. I mean, Leshrac now, top of the net worth, closing in on 4,000. It's just this Razor really dominating that top lane, making things awkward for the Morphling. Well, it looks like Yuragi's completely left his lane, everything breaking down now as we start to look into the triangle for stacks. And for, like, who comes bottom to take this lane now?
I guess Misha could. It may just be a situation where you just kind of vacate it. At the same time, giving free farm to Enigma is not the best idea, plus Enigma will push it, so... I think Naga can keep also sending illusions there. Like, this is kind of, you know, Dream Naga game is you're farming the jungle, but also getting some farm in lane, so... We'll see what the plan is for OG, because they're not a team that wants to play passive. So the idea of sending a support down bottom isn't really the OG way.
Yeah, they bring a couple numbers top. Looks like BZM's cleared out all of the stacks. Boots of travel, ready. A couple of neutral items as well. Fairy's Trinket, a beautiful one for him, but back up the top. Misha glimpsed into Boom again. That's Lashrack being given a spectacular first 10 minutes here, thanks to his supports coming in, helping out with runes, fighting around the Lasher as often as they possibly can.
It's going well from this Disruptors. I feel like being everywhere, setting up a lot of these kills. 3 of the 4 kills this Glimpse is assisted in, and we'll see if that continues to be the case here. It does seem like Celery is always playing around the cores that are strongest and most ready to fight. Right now, just protecting Boom while he farms up a nice juicy stack here in the jungle. And Boom is very close to completing this Yule Scepter.
Yeah. Looking pretty good. Yeah. Popper's clarity and back away we go. I mean, I have a couple of observer wards here, but OG are smoked up and they don't see anyone when they go up the staircase. It looks like they want to try and catch Duraccio. Difficult though on the Morphling. 2-2-2 build. They'll go for it anyway. So BZM just flies over the top. Cookie's in on top of the Morphling as well. And they've got the lasso chain stun. They've got more than enough damage apparently just to kill him off.
Yep, just need that first stun, and then there's no real escape with all the damage building up from the Batrider. Even if he gets a waveform away, he'll be chased down there. And on the other side of the map, Gaimin Gladiators were chasing Naga and her illusion. She got in, was farming some Ancients, and they weren't able to actually catch her before she TP'd out, so... I love the way Yuragi's playing all around this bottom side of the map. He even kept this bottom lane pushed out for a while. He won't defend against the Siege Wagon, but he can't. Like, all these heroes rotated in, both supports as well as Leshrac, so got out of this bottom lane at the perfect time.
And back into his own ancients area. BZM's cleared out a couple of these camps, but Yuragi will be able to get the leftovers.
This is a game Gladiators have kept pretty close here. This lane stage, other than maybe the Morphlings lane, has gone pretty well for them. Both Enigma and Leshrac are the most farmed heroes in the game.
Just to keep that ball rolling. And we even see this Primal Beast going around and pulverizing Naga illusions to try and limit what Yuragi is able to do in terms of map control. Whatever opportunity you get given, you take it. As they get a good high ground ward here and wander in towards mid with a maxed out Diabolic Edict. OG with a glyph and a couple of heroes nearby, scouting out the rest of Gaimin Gladiators to see what's coming.
This mid-tier 1 tower would be a great pickup, and with Wraith Pact, level 4 Edict, I don't actually think OG can easily defend this when they bring in the Naga. No points in sleep yet. Could skill it up, I believe. Yeah, there is a saved up skill point here, but... And with Mortimer's Kisses, it does seem like OG are considering a fight, but this tower just gets brought down with no real risk from GG. They just poke at it from afar with Eidolons, with Edict from, you know, a distance, and OG are forced just to sit back and farm and let towers fall.
Yeah, it looked like Amar made the call saying, nah, I'm not coming. I'm farming up towards my BKB. You guys can maybe delay it and chip away at the opponents. GG get 2 towers quickly, and now that they're smoking up, trying to head up top to find that Razor. He's quickly out of there.
Yeah. Once this Razor gets BKB, this game feels a lot better for OG. Here they come, Celery. Level 2 glimpse. What's he going to find here? Misha may be the one taking it, but they're going to turn and fight.
Yeah, he gets out of the kinetic field. Now the song. Hey, boys, time for OG to consider the turnaround. With the kisses onto Boom, they're aiming the Leshrac. Boom splits it down. The ET shreds him. And Jirachi is into Batrider mode as the Morphling. But he doesn't really have a team to back him up. Tofu and Ace trying to arrive now. Misha does fall. BZM, is he going to get the black hole here, Ace? He's trying to get in there with an angle back towards the Batrider and catches him. Sucks the Batrider back into the Morphling. Amar, he's thinking about re-entering the fight. Takes a lot of HP away from the Morph, but he's pulverized now. Tofu with a long-range grab somehow takes him out.
Hey, kind of stuck around and walked back into that one. The fight was kind of over in a pretty even spot between the two teams, but the +1 kill on the Razor at the end definitely swings that one into the Gladiators' favor. They're going to be thrilled with the outcome there. Losing their Leshrac, not ideal, but they brought numbers. You know, they got slept up and realized, okay, OG wants to fight us. Let's make sure we're ready to take this fight. Pre-BKB, like on Razor, there's just not a whole lot OG can do.
Yeah, even without Black Hole, without Static Storm, they're going into Roche. Looks like GG confident with the damage they've got to bring him down.
Roche into ET is always a little risky. It's so easy to get those stomps in the pit to delay it. But OG are doing, you know, no sleep, no lasso, no kisses. And this Roche is going to go down.
And Dire Ward sees Amar coming. And just claimed up by Boom's Lash. Amar still thinking about arriving here, but the Static Storm pulverized, finding the BZM Batrider, and Gaimin Gladiators is going to burst through the bat here with another couple of hits. They should find it, but he's bottled up. No, not enough damage. That final bottle sip keeps him just barely alive.
Oh, I can't believe he lived there. That was so close there. Smart of OG not to try and force and contest that, but honestly, brilliant Roshan call from the Gladiators. Like, they didn't have Black Hole, but they just know with Leshrac having the farm he's got, with the Wraith Pact and the Disruptor, their team fight is so superior that OG's only hope is to fight around things like kisses and sleep, plus BKBs when they come online, and they're just not ready to fight at Roche there.
Yeah, they still need the recipe on Bat. And they still, yeah, and Razor as well, so they're both a good 1450 away from the BKBs. That's a good 2-3 minutes of farming away for them. And under a Dire Observer ward, the Razor. Is he going to have his BKB delayed even further? Tofu with Celery. 2 supports that they absolutely can launch a tremendous amount of damage onto a hero. We'll find the Razor here with a good glimpse into Pulverize. In comes Boom. The song, though, is going to buy time for Amar to try a TP home. Yeah, away we go. The reset button's hit by OG, so that BKB is not delayed in the end.
Gets out of there just barely, and OG love to try and limit the bleeding here. This Aegis and this kind of period of time pre-BKB is where things are most scary for them. They're doing a good job, not giving up too much, but this tier 2 tower bottom is going to mean they lose their outposts, and they're going to have to prioritize farming this top side of the map. You can see the lines being drawn. Gladiators want to run at them. They want to contest all this farm that OG is getting elsewhere on the map. They don't really feel like they're doing quite enough shutting down all this gold that OG is finding on the map.
And they've got to move swiftly as well. Smoking up. They've got Blink Black Hole in about 5 seconds. Gaimin Gladiators, they want to force this team fight. But they're playing blind into their own jungle. Radiant has the vision advantage there with 1 obs up on the high ground. And Tiger just fearlessly pushing out that top wave as well. Right in front of BZM. The Batrider TP's home.
He's out.
The smoke breaks.
Yeah, Tiger's on space creating duty once again. Like, you know, just go somewhere on the map and push stuff out or scout some enemy heroes. You die, you die. But he's working towards a BKB. That's,
oh, wow.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about getting like on Primal Beast or someone. It's actually Tiger's ET where we have to keep an eye on his item progression.
Yeah, what is the Primal Beast buying?
He just bought a shard.
Oh. Okay. That's the rock toss? Rock throw? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I kind of like that. I'm not been a fan of the wait until BKB support heroes. You know, Marcy, okay, you know, you're 50 minutes into the game, fine, but rushing it, not going for these shards or 4 staffs or glimmer capes feels a little bit rough sometimes. And BZM getting toyed with, Malefist glimpsed, sent all the way back to Fountain, in fact.
I think they wanted to glimpse him, you know, a little bit closer back to where they almost killed him, but not quite the outcome they were hoping for. But Gaimin Gladiators going to stick around this mid lane. Still 90 seconds left on this Aegis. They're looking for the power rune. They're going to find an arcane rune down bottom. Pretty good rune for the Leshrac.
This is the... Go on. Sorry.
Oh, no, Misha's going to get caught out here.
Oh, yeah, there's Morphlings there on top of him. Cookie to high ground again. They'll have the vision, glimpsing, Malefisting, catching him out. But yeah, I think this is the rough part of the game for Gaimin Gladiators, though. Even with Aegis, you look at it, again, the mini-map, you see Naga Illusions cutting mid, cutting bottom. They're always coming back to try and defend what Yuragi is getting away with here.
Yeah. Doesn't feel good. There's this like sense of inevitability with OG as a team, and also this specific draft where it's like, it feels like they're not just in the game, but they're in control in some ways because of what Naga does on the map, and because they're so strong with these BKBs.
It always feels like it's an Alchemist game when OG's playing. You know, that kind of inflation where the opponents need to be more net worth ahead, more items ahead, just to try and deal with OG's, like, I don't know, innate power to win a team fight or have this mechanical victory in one certain scenario. So they can find Misha in the mid lane. That's pretty long range.
You know, it's tested how much Axlab you've played. How well you can dodge those rocks, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he just claimed up. Glyph used up by OG. And Boom still looking to move into that mid-tier 2, but they've got no creep waves. There's like no dire creep waves anywhere on the map. They've all been killed by the Naga Siren.
This is the most frustrating thing about playing against a good Naga player. It's just the wave cutting. Once Naga gets on the other side of the map, she's sending her illusions to meet creep waves right as they leave the base. And the answer to this is very complex. Like, it's not like you could just send somebody back to kill illusions. That does, you know, Naga's just going to keep summoning more. So you have to kind of push Naga out of your jungle and out of your side of the map. But you don't really want to play around your side. You want to be putting pressure. So the end result is it's just there's only one lane that Gladiators can play in, and that's bottom right now because they've actually managed to keep this pushed out.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, Naga's like the resistance hiding in all these little holes, and you've got to send some allies behind allied lines rather than behind enemy lines, smoke back and sweep your own jungle. But it's now OG that are grouping up together. They found Ace. Yeah, can't blink away. Orchid comes out of Yuragi, and a quick pick onto the Enigma. Dead for 40 seconds.
That's the thing, they keep all these lanes pushed out, it just kind of enables these smoke moves. When you're, you know, if you're Gaimin Gladiators, you just don't have any info on the map because both top and mid lane are so pushed in that you're not really getting the vision that like creep waves give you by pushing out. So you're just kind of susceptible to these smoke moves, and it's OG who find their first kill in a little while, and it does feel like Gladiators need to make their mark on this game known soon. They're getting close to the Aghanim Scepter on the Morphling. The Leshrac's completed. Kaya Sands with the Yule Scepter. It feels like there's not really too much more they should be waiting for right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like a gem or something. Although, I wonder your thoughts on this, because I think we've seen a lot more gems early, like pre-20 minutes or pre-25 minutes in the past 6 months or so. What's like a gem timing for you? Why are we seeing more gems early on?
I think these games are just becoming more farm heavy and slow. Like this game, it's 6 kills to 8. It's pretty low kills. It's all about controlling the map and controlling the vision, which gives you, you know, more access to farm if you know where your enemies are. So I think the earlier the better, really. The second you feel like you can get away with a gem, you should buy one.
Oh, the Blink Lasso. In we go with BZM, dragging Lesh across the self-fuels. A little bit of space here for Boom. Half HP, though, and the black hole in the back. Straight onto the Razor, but he BKB'd up. Amar, can he slip away from this one? Back through the static storm, away from the kinetic field. The pulverize is there onto Tiger, but Tofu getting battered. The Morphling finally comes in to turn onto the ET, but Yuragi resets again for OG. Turns all The entire side of GG to sleep while Misha trying to cookie away but dies in the end.
Okay.
Both
teams reset. Yeah, a lot spent, a lot used, and not a lot gained for either team. If anything, I think Gladiators may be a little bit happy with that one. All these cooldowns being down. I mean, they're missing the black hole, but as we saw last time, like cooldowns go down, and they actually took Roshan during that window. Roche is up in 5 seconds time, and they've got a lot of control and vision around this kind of Roche pit area. Naga, though, the perfect hero to fight it.
Yeah, Yuragi playing his hero with his illusions, trying to get a kill over on the Disruptor. Yeah, at the end of that team fight, I could have caught myself thinking, hang on a second, there's all these ultis spent, and not a single soul has died. Ace TP's home safely. Morphling, though, caught out with a cookie stun and dead! Oh, Duraccio, no. Right outside Roshan as well.
Yeah. Time to get out of dodge. Gladiators, it started okay-ish, the initial trades. I mean, losing Leshrac for a support, not ideal, but this long drawn-out fight where all these cooldowns were used, but now they're going to find themselves pushed back, pushed away from the pit, de-warded, and very likely facing an OG team who are going to get an uncontested Roche number 2.
Yeah, I mean, GG still with their mid-tier 1 tower standing. Felt like they're in a great spot there. I mean, Roshan now down to half health, but no morphling for 10 seconds means no contest. No chance.
See where this shard ends up. Either Razor or Batrider, I assume.
Radiant's middle tower.
Looks like
Who's
Razor's going to get the shard, yeah.
Storm Surge.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
What is this? There's quite a few single target spells, aren't there? And everyone has one.
Yep. Feeling pretty happy with this. Makes sense. It's the one thing Naga doesn't have going for her. Her shard is pretty bad as far as core Naga goes.
Yeah.
You just don't care about healing up yourself or your teammates when you're a Naga Siren.
It's not damage.
Yeah. This does not help me kill people. No good.
Especially when he's got this like assassin build with a Manta Orchid. Heart's not too far away either, honestly. And what does he need? 1600 gold or so to finish off the heart? Just a couple of minutes of farming, he'll have it.
That's always the big one for Nagas and all these illusion heroes. The Heart of Taras, suddenly your illusions just get way too tanky to easily kill off. They have got the glimpse, but that's not really something you want to be using just on Naga illusions. And right now, OG are going to be the ones with Aegis in hand. They already had a lot of this map control with these. What they were doing with the Naga, they're trying to use this now to have Batrider hunt down heroes. So good job keeping away. They get out of danger in the top lane, but OG will keep on applying this pressure.
All right, Ace is setting himself up for a bit of a push bottom. There's no tier 2, so this is going to go straight through to Radiant High Ground. See if OG sends someone down here to deal with that. You know, Bat has the boots of travel, so we can quickly maintain these lanes. But right now, they're using this high ground as a platform to launch themselves into multiple lanes, mid and top, and keep GG scrambling back to try and defend their base. It's nice having these kind of mind games, right? You know, GG knows that they've pushed bot and the OG have pushed top, so they've got 3 heroes just farming bottom jungle. No one's really drastically making moves to do anything because neither team wants to put themselves in too forward a position to throw things away.
Yeah.
Oh, the
silence.
Ensnared, and the kisses. Lava lands onto Morph. No. Duraccio dead.
Insta silence is just so powerful against Morphling. Like, you can't react and get Morph strength off there. There's just no time. And a huge kill. It's just have to say, like, I feel like this slow game, like, as much as we've been talking about how good things have been going for OG, there is a sense of, like, if this game keeps on dragging, BKB Black Hole Enigma later on, Morphling's going to keep on scaling. Like, you've got a Leshrac as well. Like, I don't feel like Gladiators are in the worst position for a game that drags out, but yeah, then Morphling gets picked off, unfortunately, so they can't afford to have that happen.
Yeah, and Celery. Oh, TPN home. Honestly, like, Yuragi's a cheeky fucker. I'm not gonna lie. The way he's playing this Naga Siren, I've seen him do it twice now. Usually you expect that group of 4 to be, all illusions, right? But he's doing this thing where he sends one illusion to pretend to be the hero, and then the pack of illusions has his hero in it. So this, you're sitting there as Morphling thinking, oh, it's illusions coming towards me, I'm fine. Then you get silenced and you die. Oh God, really? That's how you're playing this?
Yeah. fool me once, you know, shame on you, but we'll see if it happens again, because now that he made it work there, like, surely this Morphling, anytime you see something that, even if it could be...
resembles.
Resembles a Naga Siren. You see a creep that looks a little bit fishy, you put that more strength on.
Yeah, straight away. As quickly as you possibly can. Yeah, hold the Manta for it as well. Oh, OG. After pushing out that bottom lane, straight back up to the top jungle. And GG really held back in their base at this point. Only the Morphling out on the map showing.
So tricky. They don't want anything to do with Naga, but as far as her damage output goes, it does kind of fade away a little bit. Like the new itemization that we see from this build with the Bloodthorn even does ramp up pretty well, but at some point you are just this like tanky illusion carry that does rely on your teammates to also dish out damage. Problem is, that's Razor and Batrider, two great cores for scaling and dishing out damage in the late game.
Is it smoke time, GG? They're all together. There we go. They've only got one observer board out on the map, though, and it's very close to their base.
Naga illusions come and cut top wave. Like, they're like, oh, let's go smoke out. Oh, man, we gotta deal with Naga illusions. OG just gonna prioritize some of these outer towers as a bottom tier 1 tower. Not really trying to push the limits with this Aegis. It expires without, you know, much fanfare. Just gonna be a casual farming Aegis that managed to get OG an 11k gold lead. Like, I feel like the only thing they did during that Aegis was kill Morphling once and farm the map, but they got him a lot.
Oh, the Radiant scan. They're gonna make the jump. BZM, does he see the Morphling? He sees him now. Dyrachyo waveforms.
They're hunting him. They want him.
The BKB, the Black Hole, though, catches BZM, but look at the damage. Dyrachyo's just dying to kisses. BZM still tanky enough to withstand the damage from GG, and Boom getting turned on by the Razor. They've caught out BZM inside the Static Storm, but they lose out the Leshrac. Mid for mid, but OG the ones that keep on chasing forward. They've got that big damage from Tiger too. That Earth Splitter with the Natural Order, shredding through the Morphling. Huge stuff from OG there.
And that's the one thing OG also have going for them the longer this game goes. They're always going to have that ET aura against Morphling. It's just so good. Amping up all the magic damage from the Spirit, and if you get close to him, taking away his entire armor pool. We'll see the fight here once again. They just... The one-man Black Hole, like, I just feel like there's too many threats that you need to try and get a little bit more with that BKB Black Hole. Like, usually killing one core is enough, but that really only applies when it's like this big late game carry that you're catching. You get a Batrider, there's two up, like the Naga and Razor get ignored by it.
Oh, Boom. Very confidently TPing in.
Okay.
Aster self-fuels, slept up by the ET now. And they got an ensnare there, but Tofu charging forward onto the Naga, glimpsing Yuragi back into the kinetic field, but Tiger, look at him. Shiny golden with his BKB. Does allow the Morphling to shift into him. And OG doesn't look like they're retreating, using this song aggressively, in fact. Wanting to battle into Ace's Enigma. They get the sleep, the stomp, the catch onto Ace, lasso and drag him back. They've killed Disruptor and the Enigma's about to fall as well. They need more right clicks though. Dyrachyo being drained of all his damage. Amar in the middle being right clicked down, and a triple kill for Dyrachyo.
They bit off more than they can chew. Can chew. Dyrachyo just cleans up there. They kind of overcommit onto the high ground. Re-engaging off of that sleep was just... They didn't have the follow-up damage, and Gaimin Gladiators with a BKB, like they go in on the Enigma, but Ace just BKBs and walks it off. They're also prioritizing trying to kill an Enigma who doesn't have Black Hole, doesn't really have any spells. We'll see it all here again, but what a disaster for OG. That high ground push turned completely upside down.
Yeah, I mean, the Tumbler's toy from Ace, it felt like jumping away from the Naga illusions. And that BKB, long enough to survive, because no one continued clicking him. Naga just got annihilated by his Lesh and the Morphling.
Whew. Yeah, Lesh and Morph just really dishing out the damage there, and unfortunately, we'll see a long Roshan respawn, so Gladiators not going to be able to get their hands on that anytime soon, and it's still OG with a decent-sized gold lead, but that's really a sign of what can come out of this Gladiators lineup the longer this game goes, and they did all of that without a Black Hole.
Yeah. Dash back up in 10 seconds thanks to the quickening charm. That's why they're ready to Try and push out this top tier 1, force OG to fight around the Roche pit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
Amar, what's he up to? Skadi up next for the Razor. So not gonna... I guess we've seen a shift away from the refreshers. Go more stats builds nowadays.
I think that some of the refresher changes finally starting to kick in. It took a lot of nerfs, but we got there.
Finally in a spot where it's not just BKB refresher every game. The Gaimin Gladiators are smoked and on the hunt. They've got a good idea where they are as OG. Misha removed from the map. Duraccio spending his BKB for it, and a buyback from Misha now as looks like BZM gonna have to BKB the glimpse off. TPing back to Outpost though, as Amar and Misha leading the charge back to try and de-ward this area, get a bit of control reclaimed. Tofu, he's had enough of that though. The dieback on that, Snapfire and a solo black hole on the Razor. Son of the Siren's not gonna do a damn thing. The Earth Splitter will though. Tiger, the big carry of the ET coming back in, cleaving through onto Ace, kills off Duraccio as well, enabling Uragi to do some heavy lifting, but it's Boom's Lash that comes out that big victory of that team fight.
So much damage from Lesh and a double damage Morphling, but in the end, Amar, he survives through it all with the help of his teammates, having a Paladin sword for some extra lifesteal as well, but what a team fight. 3.9k, 4,000 damage from the Leshrac. Disruptor did over 3,000 damage. That's insane from him. Holy cow.
Both teams did 13,000 damage that fight.
Yeah, I want to see what this... I mean, the Disruptor, I guess, just a full duration, like, Static Storm here. I mean, it's kind of just clipping one here. I can't believe Celery actually did that much damage, but I guess the Thunderstrike damage also adding up. And a tremendous team fight for Gladiators.
I can see on the face there of Misha, like, okay, done back, yeah, feels pretty bad, but that fight was definitely close no matter what. And Roshan spawning now. So it looks like there's still a little bit of time here for Bat, Naga to both respawn, coincide with the Morphling who's already TPing to the outpost. And we can see the total hero damage there on our screen a second ago. Is everyone pushing so much DPS in these fights. Just instant nuke damage as well. Like this ET takes a third of the HP off of any of these heroes quickly with Earth Splitter.
Games where every little contribution matters as Gladiators are clawing their way back in. Just a 4 to 5k gold deficit. It was 11k plus earlier, and these last few fights, starting with that high ground defense up in the top lane, have completely swung things back to a much more even game state.
Still looking for these black holes, and that's on cooldown for 40 seconds. Maybe a little bit of fear here from GG, but they're going to smoke anyway, knowing how important this Roche is. Having Refresher Shard will be a big bonus for either of these two squads. And Tofu, onslaught past the pit. Boom, slept up on his Lash. OG skirting the edges of this fight, trying to wait for GG to overcommit so they can look for that play with a Bat lasso back.
Smoke up though. Well, they're still smoked up, I should say.
Both teams
Gladiators
aiming to play under there.
To get in soon though, this Roche is dropping pretty fast. Just solo Naga Siren is not being scouted out right now.
Tofu with the attempted D-ward, but stuck on the high ground now. Onslaught required.
Forced back, and he just can't really engage. He's too low. Yeah, this Roche may just die here without a contest here. ET Spirit just keeping everybody at bay. And Naga's been able to solo Roshan.
Yeah, and now Lasso, Lotus Orb there, actually puts it back on BZM. Ace, he has Black Hole. He gets it onto the ET and the Bat. BZM dead and Tiger about to follow. Good onslaught with a trample there onto Misha as well. But Amar and Uragi struggling to do anything. The Boom Leshrac finally gonna die. But Duraccio is able to stand his ground until the song comes in. Stop everything in its tracks and retreat as OG. You're still holding Aegis. You got the Refresher Shard and the cheese as Tofu. He went aggressively in towards them. Now Uragi. Let's see what he can do with this Naga Siren. There's too many illusions for Duraccio to focus down. The real hero is giving away his position though. And Amar, oh, he's got in on top of Ace's Enigma now. Down you go. The toss of the boulder, not going to pay off for GG as Celery's Disruptor next on the menu for them.
Duraccio, can they chase him down? He's used the waveform here. I don't know if they can land a stomp though.
They're going to try. They all
nice
ban to dodge it.
I was watching. I was like, he's not trying to sidestep it. What's he thinking? You've got to dodge this stomp, but he's done that one probably a few thousand times in the practice lobby.
And out to high ground, forcing Glyph out.
Yes. No buyback on Enigma or Leshrac. This is potentially multiple lanes of racks, all off of having a good Roshan fight and another fight. That was a good black hole. It cooked 2, maybe even 3. Amar was on the side. It feels like these black holes that catch Amar, he barely survives through. And Paladin sort of as a neutral item has just given him this sustainability that has kept him alive and really allowed him to kind of stick around even after being black holed.
And now we're looking at kind of 2 lanes of barracks almost for OG. I take that mid lane pretty quickly. A third of the health gone from the melee rack's top. These boulders irritating though with the stuns landing onto that Naga and Razor, but OG they break back up the staircase again, aiming for the disruptor, killing off Celery. He has buyback available, but Amar, he's going to refresh up. The static links and the BKBs, the Rapture being shredded by this Razor, and Amar, he just double kills them.
He's right in. Razor just, he had plus 428 damage. Oh my god. He's in the fountain too.
He's got a triple kill. He's finally going to die.
Cheese.
Absolute nuisance.
And the kisses come raining down. Ace is being zoned back deep into the depths of his base, and they're going for the tier 4. Amar, he's wishing he got his cheese off there, but he's happy with the outcome nonetheless. What a heroic team fight from him.
Amar, the flipping monster. Nice. Absolutely ridiculous stuff, and that's enabled this team to take tier 4s, and now it looks like the throne. Tofu's Primal Beast trying to help out. Ace with the blink black hole catches BZM. He's being healed up a little bit though. The save coming out and BZM's out of there. The Song of the Siren. It buys enough space for him. That Greaves from Misha helps just enough, and OG gonna take a 2-0 victory. It looked like GG would have this tied up, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah. A great game too. After a very one-sided game 1, we got to see something that was a little bit more neck and neck, and just really, really good to see.
Goodness gracious! And OG, they really like to make these games very, very exciting, don't they?
Oh, they do. It was it was definitely something where it was there was a bit of